There is an unseen force, an invisible architect that goes to work when the world falls silent. While the conscious mind slows, while the eyes close and the body finds rest, a deeper part of you remains intensely active. This is your subconscious mind. This silent, profound part of your mind never sleeps. It is always listening, always absorbing, and every thought, feeling, or belief you hold before you drift into sleep becomes its blueprint. These blueprints are the instructions that shape your reality day after day without fail. A universal law states that the subconscious mind works 24 hours a day, accepting as absolute truth any idea that is repeated with sufficient emotional conviction. This is precisely why the moments before sleep are as sacred for your future. They determine what seeds you plant in the most creative and influential soil that exists. If you fall asleep in a state of fear, scarcity, or anxiety, your subconscious understands this as a priority command and begins to manifest more of it in your life. But if you fall asleep with the unshakable feeling of faith, of wealth, of gratitude, it works silently through the night to transform that inner reality into your outer world. Most men waste this moment. They drift off to the noise of negative news, scroll through the lives of others, or replay their problems in an endless loop. In doing so, they hand their subconscious the command, keep creating more of this same struggle, but you will no longer live this way. You are here because you have decided to take command. You will transform your nights into forges of prosperity. You will use the bridge between wakefulness and sleep as a portal for mental programming, planting new seeds of limitless wealth every single night. This is the foundation of true personal power, understanding that your thoughts are not just thoughts, they are codes, they are commands, they are living energy. Have you ever looked at certain men and wondered why they seem to possess an unexplainable luck? Why opportunities, connections, and profitable ideas flow to them with such ease? In most cases, they are not conscious of it, but they are operating with a subconscious mind that has been programmed for abundance. They have, through repetition or intense experience, convinced their inner self that they are worthy of prosperity. The universe, in its perfect mechanical response, simply answers this conviction. This is the hidden mechanism behind the timeless law. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. The critical detail is not just to conceive it, but to believe it. This belief is not a fleeting wish. It is a deep internal certainty forged through conscious, deliberate repetition. It is installed most effectively during moments of highest receptivity, like the sacred window before you sleep. Your subconscious mind does not argue, it does not analyze, it does not reject, it only accepts and executes. It works tirelessly to confirm what it has been told. It labors to make real what has been felt as truth. Now stop, think about your last few nights. What commands have you been feeding your mind before sleep? Are those commands aligned with wealth or with scarcity, with unwavering confidence, or with creeping fear? Your answer to that question defines more about your financial reality than any external economic crisis ever could. The market doesn't control you. Your programming does. Therefore, starting tonight, you will install a new ritual. You will replace worry with visualization. You will replace fear with gratitude. You will replace chaos with command. Declare this to yourself with the force of a man forging his own destiny. I am prosperous. Money finds me with ease. My mind attracts wealth while I sleep. This is not just a statement. It is the first line of your new code. To begin this reprogramming process right now, go to the comments and write, I attract wealth while I sleep. This act reinforces the new program and sends a clear signal to your subconscious that a new era is beginning. The human brain operates on two primary levels, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is the general, rational, analytical, logical. It commands your daily decisions, your calculations, your judgments. It is active while you are awake, but when you sleep, it stands down. When the general rests, the true army of creation takes the field. Your subconscious mind, it operates beneath the surface of your awareness, commanding every automatic function of your body, from your heartbeat to your breath to cellular regeneration. But it also governs something far more critical to your destiny: your core beliefs, your emotional patterns, and the external reality you manifest. The subconscious works continuously, whether you are awake or asleep. This means that even as you rest, this invisible force is actively shaping your life based on the intel you fed it during the day. What few men grasp is that the state of sleep is the most potent time to influence this deep mind. As you begin to relax, your brainwaves slow down into what science calls the alpha and then theta states. These are the precise frequencies where the subconscious becomes most accessible, most vulnerable to direct suggestion. In this moment, every thought, feeling, or repeated word is absorbed directly, without the resistance, filtering, or criticism of the conscious mind. The subconscious simply records the command. If a man goes to bed each night consumed by thoughts of debt, insecurity, and fear of the future, the subconscious accepts these as priority directives. It begins to work silently to maintain and reinforce that reality, thinking, this is important to him. I will create more of this. On the other hand, when a man deliberately falls asleep repeating affirmations of prosperity, feeling sincere gratitude, and visualizing scenes of success, is programming his mind to attract wealth even in his sleep. This isn't abstract theory. It is practical mental science. It is applied intention. Your subconscious does not distinguish between what is physically real and what is intensely and repeatedly imagined. Your subconscious is like the richest, most fertile soil on earth. You can plant any seed you choose in this soil, but it will only yield the fruit of what was planted with faith and relentless care. If you plant seeds of scarcity, you will harvest a life of scarcity. If you plant seeds of wealth, you will harvest a life of wealth. This is why your thoughts just before you sleep are the most important seeds you will ever handle. They are the final impressions delivered to your mind before it begins its long, silent work through the night. To sleep with anger, worry, or distraction is to water your garden with poison. But to sleep with intention, gratitude, and purpose is to plant powerful seeds in perfect soil under ideal conditions. You don't need to labor for hours. A few minutes of conscious, deliberate practice before you sleep is all it takes. Closing your eyes, breathing deeply, repeating your commands of power, and visualizing the life you demand. This is enough to reorient the focus of your subconscious mind, and your focus always, without exception, defines your reality. This idea is a key. If you feel its power, if you understand that you must apply this to your own life, act now. This simple action signals that this knowledge is valuable, not just to you, but to other men who need access to it, and share this code with another man who needs to awaken to the power of his own mind. A single video can be the trigger for a profound transformation. Your subconscious is like a loyal soldier. It obeys every command. But what you command depends entirely on what you think and feel, especially as you are about to fall asleep. The seeds you plant tonight are the reality you will live tomorrow. This planting happens in the silence of the night when no one is watching, but everything is being created. Now we prepare the mind to attract wealth consistently by replacing the invisible patterns that sabotage your financial progress. It all begins with a fundamental understanding. Your mind operates on one of two opposing frequencies, scarcity or abundance. You are broadcasting on one of them right now, whether you realize it or not. The frequency of scarcity is subtle and insidious. It manifests as constant worry, a nagging fear of loss, the feeling that there is never enough. It's the mindset that repeats internal scripts like, money is hard to come by, there isn't enough for everyone, or I wasn't born for this. These are not just phrases. They are mental codes. These are internal affirmations that, when repeated, become core beliefs. As the timeless law states, beliefs are accepted without question by the subconscious, and from that point on, they shape the reality of every man. The core problem is that these beliefs were installed in most of us from childhood. Family, school, society, nearly everything around us reinforced a limited view of money. Your subconscious, without judgment, simply accepted and recorded it. This is why, even if a man studies, works, and puts in the effort, his results will always fall short of his true potential if his mental programming is tuned to scarcity. His internal operating system is in direct conflict with his external goals. The frequency of abundance, on the other hand, is expansive. It declares, there is more than enough for everyone. Money is an energy that flows to those who are aligned with it. I am worthy of wealth. This type of thinking creates a high-level vibration, and the mind attracts that with which it is in harmony. Vibrate scarcity, attract more scarcity. Vibrate abundance, and you begin to attract opportunities, ideas, and financial resources. During sleep, this polarity of frequencies continues to operate. It is in this deep state that the subconscious mind chooses which vibration to amplify and reinforce. This makes your thoughts before bed decisive. They determine whether you plant the seed of lack or the seed of prosperity. If you go to bed every night with fear of tomorrow, anger at your bank account, and a sense of defeat, you are reaffirming the frequency of scarcity. But if you close your eyes and repeat phrases of power, feel genuine gratitude, and visualize your ideal life, you are communicating to your subconscious, this is what I choose. This is the reality I command. The subconscious listens, obeys, and responds. The shift begins with the conscious choice to feed the right frequency. When you identify a thought of scarcity, you must neutralize it with an affirmation of abundance. You replace automatic judgments with intentional declarations. For example, when you catch the thought, I'll never get out of this, you must interrupt it and command, I am in a process of growth. Money is flowing to me now. When the old idea, that money is the root of all evil, emerges, you replace it with, money amplifies who I am. With it, I can do more good in the world. These replacements, when performed relentlessly, reprogram the mind to operate from a baseline of abundance. The closer to sleep they are applied, the more deeply they are absorbed and installed as your new default operating system. You now understand how the subconscious mind works. You know how it absorbs everything repeated with emotion and how this influences your reality. Now it is time to apply this knowledge with a tool of immense power used by brilliant minds throughout history. Affirmations. Affirmations are clear, positive, and direct declarations that, when repeated with feeling, penetrate deep into the subconscious and overwrite limiting mental patterns. This process is conscious autosuggestion. It is through the relentless repetition of dominant ideas that the subconscious mind is re-educated and given its new marching orders. But there is a detail that most men ignore. The timing of these affirmations is as important as the words themselves. The most powerful moment of all is in the final minutes before you fall asleep. As you prepare to sleep, your brain reduces its activity, shifting from the beta waves of active wakefulness into the deeper states of alpha and then theta dot in these frequencies. Your subconscious mind becomes profoundly accessible, open, and impressionable. It is in this state that you must launch your new ideas. It is in this instant that the seeds of wealth have the greatest chance of being planted successfully. For affirmations to truly work, however, they must follow three fundamental principles: clarity, emotion, and repetition. Clarity, your mind must understand exactly what is being declared. No vague or generic phrases like I want to be rich. You must use phrases in the present tense with absolute conviction, as if the reality is already happening. Examples: I am prosperous, money comes to me easily, my income increases daily. I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me. Emotion: it is not enough to repeat words mechanically. Your subconscious responds to what is felt. If you say a phrase without any emotional investment, it will not penetrate. Therefore, as you repeat your affirmations, breathe deeply, close your eyes, and feel the content of each word. Imagine the emotion of seeing your bank account with a positive balance. Feel the freedom of paying your bills with ease. This emotion is what activates faith, and faith is the fuel of manifestation. The mind does not change with a single phrase spoken once, it changes through consistency. Affirmations must be repeated every single day, preferably at the same time, creating a powerful ritual. Repeat your phrases of power at least 3 times each, either in a low voice or mentally, always before falling asleep. This doesn't require hours. 5 to 10 minutes of conscious, heartfelt practice is enough. You can create a small set of personal affirmations and keep them by your bed, or record your own voice and listen with headphones. The most important thing is that this moment becomes a non-negotiable habit. Here are some affirmations you can use tonight. I attract financial opportunities while I sleep. My mind is programmed for prosperity. I am worthy of wealth in every area of my life. As I rest, the universe works in my favor. Every cell in my body vibrates with the frequency of abundance. Say it, feel it, believe it. Autosuggestion is the means by which you can achieve control of your subconscious mind, and control of your subconscious mind means control of your reality. You don't have to change everything at once. Start with a few phrases, but be relentless. It is in the daily repetition that a new mental identity is built. Now that you know how to apply this technique correctly, go to the comments and write, I am worthy of the wealth I am attracting. This simple phrase is the beginning of a new internal declaration. Writing it reinforces the command to your subconscious. It gives form to the invisible. Do not underestimate the power of small practices done with great intention. Now, you will learn how to amplify the power of your nightly affirmations using complementary tools that potentiate the reprogramming of your subconscious mind during sleep. These resources do not replace affirmations. They deepen the experience, strengthen the emotional connection, and make the reprogramming process far more effective. The subconscious mind acts with greater intensity when it is fed with vivid images, genuine emotion, and constant repetition. This is precisely what these tools provide. Here are 3 complementary practices you can apply immediately. Subliminal audios. These are composed of positive affirmations recorded at a very low volume or embedded within ambient sounds. You don't hear the phrases clearly, but your subconscious captures every word. These audios often feature relaxing music, sounds of nature, or specific frequencies that help calm the conscious mind. While the surface of your mind relaxes, your subconscious is receiving messages like, I deserve to prosper, money comes to me easily, my mind is open to abundance. Listening to this type of audio for at least 30 minutes before sleeping, or even during light sleep, strengthens the new mental pattern without conscious effort. You can find many such audios for free or create your own with your favorite phrases. They are a powerful ally in this battle for your mind. Another powerful tool is guided visualizations. The subconscious mind understands images better than words. Therefore, visualizing your desired reality is a powerful form of communication with it. The most effective moment to visualize is just before sleep, when the brain enters slower wave states. Visualization is not just imagining, it is feeling yourself inside the scene. See the details, feel the environment, hear the sounds, touch the objects. Imagine, for example, receiving an unexpected payment, opening a bank statement with a large positive balance, entering your dream home, living with freedom, confidence, and peace. The more sensory this image is, the more deeply it will be recorded. The brain does not distinguish between reality and an emotionally charged imagination. It is useless to repeat phrases or listen to audios if your mind is agitated. The subconscious only absorbs deeply when the mind is calm. Therefore, the first step before any practice must be conscious relaxation, a simple and effective technique. Is the 4 minus for -6 breath. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4, hold the air for a count of 4, and exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat this cycle for at least 5 minutes. This breathing pattern slows your heart rate, reduces anxiety, and brings your mind to the ideal state for reprogramming. You can also associate this breathing with the use of essential oils like lavender or chamomile and maintain soft lighting in your room. Creating this atmosphere reinforces the signal that it is time to care for your mind, not to dive into distractions. These tools, subliminal audio, visualization, and conscious breathing, can be used separately, but when applied together, they form a true nightly ritual of mental transformation. They function as a deep preparation so that your affirmations penetrate with greater force, generating faster and more consistent results. Thought mixed with feeling and faith becomes an irresistible force. These practices exist to generate precisely that, emotion and faith. If you recognize the value of these tools and you want more men to access this knowledge, act now. This simple gesture spreads a message capable of transforming lives. You may be asking, what exactly is this nightly ritual that can help manifest wealth? How do you transform all these ideas into a simple but powerful practice that can be done every night before sleep? The answer lies in a set of conscious actions that combine everything you've learned so far. This ritual is not mystical. It is strategic. It's a mental exercise that reorganizes the vibrational frequency of your body and mind before sleep, the period when the deepest roots of your beliefs are nourished. Here is a 5-step plan that you can apply starting tonight with astonishing results if done with consistency and true intention. Step 1. Silence the outer world. The first step is simple. Disconnect from external chaos. This means turning off the television, your phone, social media, and any stimulus that generates mental or emotional agitation. Avoid ending your day with arguments, negative content, or heavy news. Create an environment of calm, soft light, silence, or relaxing music, a space where your mind understands that the focus is no longer on the world, but on your inner domain. Step 2. Breathe to relax. Sit comfortably or lie down with your spine aligned. Close your eyes and begin to breathe consciously. Use the 4 minus for -6 technique you learned. This breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, slows down your thoughts, and reduces physical tension. It prepares your mind to receive new instructions with greater openness and depth. Step 3. Repeat affirmations with intention. Now, with a calmer mind, begin to repeat your positive affirmations of wealth and prosperity. Speak with firmness, with feeling, as if each word is creating your new reality. It's not about repeating for the sake of repetition. It's about feeling each phrase as a living seed being planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Step 4. Visualize the life you command. With your eyes still closed, begin to visualize scenes from the life you want to live. Imagine yourself waking up in your dream home. See yourself smiling, relieved, with financial freedom. Notice the details, the place, what you're wearing. Who is with you? How you feel? Feel it as if you are already living it. Do not think about the how. Just immerse yourself in the scene. The more real the visualization, the stronger the impact on your subconscious. Step 5. Gratitude and surrender. To finish, enter a deep state of gratitude. Give thanks for the life you already have, for what is to come, for the process that is underway. Say to yourself, I am grateful for everything that is already manifesting. I trust the perfect timing of the universe. I am at peace with my path. This feeling seals the entire ritual with a high vibration. Gratitude is the signal that you believe that you have already received, even if you cannot yet see it. This Silent faith is what moves the invisible gears of creation. After completing this process, allow yourself to fall asleep in peace, without anxiety, without resistance. Your subconscious mind has received the command. Now it will work for you while you rest. It creates pathways while you sleep. It attracts ideas, people, circumstances, and opportunities that are in harmony with what you have sown. This ritual, performed with consistency, completely transforms your relationship with money and reality. It aligns your vibration with prosperity. Nothing said here is complicated, but everything requires discipline and intention. It's not enough to practice for one night and then abandon it. It is in the repetition that the silent miracle happens. Every night is a chance to reprogram. Every thought is a seed. Every emotion felt is a new field being activated. You now have a plan and you have the power. Use it, trust it, and reap the rewards. Now that you have learned the nightly ritual, it is time to understand why it works. What happens on the invisible plane when you plant thoughts of wealth? Repeat affirmations and fall asleep with gratitude. The mind does not work alone. It connects to a greater intelligence, what some call the universe, others the collective subconscious, and others still infinite intelligence. Everything you think with intention, feel with emotion, and repeat with frequency does not just affect your brain. It emits a frequency into this universal field. This vibrational field acts like a mirror. It does not respond to what you want, but to what you vibrate, and your vibration is defined by the dominant thoughts and emotions you carry, especially in moments of heightened mental sensitivity, such as before sleep. While you sleep, your conscious mind switches off, but your subconscious, like a silent transmitter, continues to emit signals. These signals are decisive. They attract into your life everything that is on the same frequency. If you sleep with anger, worry, or fear, you are broadcasting signals of scarcity. The universe, in its absolute precision, responds with more of the same. More blockages, more debt, more limitations. But if you sleep with faith, with mental images of prosperity, with affirmations of power and sincere gratitude, your vibration changes. The universe then responds with clarity, new ideas, synchronicities, the right people at the right time, doors opening where there were once walls. This is the synchronization between desire and faith. When a desire is charged with emotional certainty and delivered to the subconscious, it automatically connects with this higher intelligence. But understand that this response is not always immediate. The conscious mind is impatient. It wants results now. But the universe works in cycles, in its own perfect timing, with invisible precision. It is like planting a seed. You do not dig it up the next day to see if it has started to grow. You water it, you trust, and you know that growth is inevitable. With the mind, it is the same. You plant with words, nourish with emotion, record with repetition, and surrender with gratitude. Meanwhile, the universe begins to move. Connections are made, paths are cleared, inspirations arrive, and suddenly what seemed impossible begins to make sense. Never underestimate what you think before you sleep. That silent moment is a direct conversation with the force that shapes everything. You are not alone. There is a field that responds. We have now reached the moment to unite everything that has been learned. It is time to reinforce the essential truths and to remember that your true power was never outside of you. It has always been within your own mind. Throughout this code, you have understood that your subconscious mind is a fertile field. Everything planted in it with repetition, emotion, and intention will grow. It does not distinguish between imagination and reality. It does not question, it simply responds. The human being is solely responsible for controlling his own thoughts. By assuming this control, especially in the hours before sleep, a new reality begins to take shape, first internally, then externally. You have learned that the time before sleep is not just the end of the day, it is the beginning of creation. It is when the conscious quiets down and the subconscious awakens to work. It is in this moment that affirmations, visualizations, and feelings of gratitude transform into deep commands capable of restructuring how you think, feel, act, and live. Scarcity is not a destination. It is a program, and every program can be rewritten. You also saw that thoughts of fear and insecurity are mental viruses that weaken your vibration, but thoughts of abundance and confidence are access codes to the frequency of prosperity. The repetition of phrases like, I am worthy, money finds me, my mind works for me while I sleep are not mere words. They are declarations that over time transform your identity, and identity defines behavior, and behavior inevitably defines results.by practicing the nightly ritual with discipline, you cease to be a passenger in your own life and become the commander. You take the helm of your mind, and with it you steer the course of your existence. The reprogramming of the subconscious mind is a process, and like any process, it demands consistency. It is not one night, not one week. It is a new way of life, a daily, silent, personal choice. The great news is that once this new pattern is installed, it becomes self-sustaining. The mind begins to operate automatically towards abundance. Your decisions change, your perspective shifts, opportunities appear, and what once seemed distant becomes natural. Even if no one sees what you are doing, even if the world around you remains the same for a while, you must continue. The most important work is not the visible. It is the internal. The secret of those who prosper is this: they master their own thoughts, control their emotions, and use their sleep as a tool for transformation. If this content has impacted you, if it has opened your mind or inspired you to change your routine, click the like button now and share this with someone who needs to awaken to this power. You can be the channel of transformation for another person, and when you share what elevates, your own life is elevated in return. Your subconscious mind is always listening. It records everything. It transforms everything, but it depends on what you choose to deliver to it. So every night, choose to deliver faith, choose to deliver wealth, choose to deliver gratitude. Sleep with intention, awake with direction, and live with expansion. Remember always, you attract what you believe, and everything you deeply believe, the universe confirms with absolute perfection.